Welcome to ELN 109. I would like to take a moment to share an interesting experience that I had while I transitioned from teaching high school English in person to online instruction. Several years ago, my district decided to add an eSchools component to their course offerings to reach students who could not attend school in person, such as those with long-term illness or injuries. The goal was to start off by offering the core academic courses, such as the required math and English courses that all students needed to take. I had taught English in the classroom for about 12 years and became part of the initial group of teachers to implement these online courses. We began taking classes to learn about the principles and techniques necessary to make online learning effective. And what we learned was that for online learning to be effective, there had to be a conscious, purposeful shift to creating lessons and projects that were student-centered. It meant for most of us that there had to be a transition away from talking so much to the students to writing lessons that had students doing things a majority of the time. We began writing units for the online courses, and I had a chance to use my in-person classroom to try some of those projects and lessons. The course objectives, district competencies, and state competencies were the same for the online courses that we were developing as the in-person courses that we had already written lesson plans for, but the delivery techniques and the assignments had certainly changed. I began writing my lessons knowing that they were going to be for online students whom I would probably never see. However, the most interesting and unexpected results occurred within my in-person classroom, which I used as a testing ground for those online lessons. I found that the technology necessary to apply the techniques, which is the basis for this ELN 109 course, for the online students, made my in-person classroom much more student-centered. This was a big change for me. My in-person students took significantly fewer pencil-paper tests. I was able to see the practical application of lesson objectives through their documented communication with each other and with me, the collaborative projects they created, and the games and simulations that they played. At the same time, the students became familiar with the long-term practical uses of the communication and production technologies. In fact, just the use of basic office software, email, having some server space, and some inexpensive USB drives allows for teachers online and in person to take advantage of these techniques. Finally, the application of these techniques made teaching easier. First, students became absorbed into the projects instead of becoming bored by the monotony of listening to the teacher, practicing the skill, doing homework, to practice some more, and then eventually take a test. Also, due to the archiving nature of the computer and internet technology, I always have the most up-to-date record of my lessons, which I can provide for students and parents, and I have a perpetual record of my communication with students as well as a log of the communication between students as they worked on collaborative projects. Classroom management, both the behavioral aspect and the administrative aspect, has taken much less of my time and allows for me to always be working on adjusting those projects and creating new ones. Good luck as you practice producing similar activities for your students. Whether you eventually teach strictly online or remain with only in-person courses, I hope that you will see the same benefits I have experienced over the past several years.